we have Love FM's Nanaya Ojima, who will be engaging Beatrice Annan, communications team member of the opposition NDC, on this and other developments. Nanaya, over to you.
Yeah, good morning, Benjamin. Presently, the Building Ghana tour of the NDC is in the Ashanti region, Kumasi to be specific. Already, John Dramani Mahama has done Kumasi. He has held series of the Building Ghana tour in the Ashanti region. But now he's transiting. You know, not long ago, he completed the northern region, and before northern region, he had done the upper east. So presently, he's in the Ashanti region, transiting into other regions. So, but yesterday, the members of the Building Ghana tour had the opportunity to listen in on what Dr. Bawumia had to say. I have with me the communication team member of the NDC, and she's in the person of Beatrice Annan, and we'll be having conversation on yesterday's lecture by Dr. Bawumia and the position of the team on that. Lawyer, good morning, welcome to join us.
Good morning, Nana, and I'm happy to be here.
Let's start with the Building Ghana tour. Now you are on transit in the Ashanti region, and I understand that there will be some engagement in the region for a day or two. What are these engagements?
Okay, so first of all, President Mahama has been invited by the Assemblies of God Church. They say it's called Region B, to honor their annual church event. And so this morning from here we'll be going to that event, and then we would also pay a courtesy call on Menshia, and then from there we would head and meet Gao in the Ashanti region, and that will be it. And we move back to Accra to continue Greater Accra with the Building Ghana tour.
So you've been recording the opinions of the people when it comes to the Building Ghana tour. What is the impression that you are getting from the notes you've been taking?
Okay, so the impression I am getting is that more than ever, the lives of people have become worse. The living conditions of people have deteriorated. The businesses of people have been affected. And everywhere we have gone to, it is one chorus that things are getting worse, that many people do not have hope that things will get better. And it's not just the sentiment of the people, but also the indicators show that we are not doing well, we are not in the good place, that we are in a mess, that more than ever, people have lost their businesses, they have lost their livelihood, they have lost their farms to Galamsey, they have lost almost everything they were building on. Young people don't even have hope that if they can't find white-collar jobs, they can even have farms or go into other informal sector, because even those in the informal sector are gradually being driven away by the high cost of living everywhere we went. And you have been on the trip with us. Everywhere we went, dressmakers, carpenters, lawyers, shoemakers, drivers, all interest groups are saying that our lives have become worse off, and we think that it's something that is a bit sad, but we need to take seriously.
Let's talk about job creation. That's where you just ended. Now, Dr. Bawumia is claiming that over 2 million jobs have been created under the present administration. Are you saying that these numbers cannot be taken as he puts it?
I think that Dr. Bawumia's claim about job creation tells me that this government is not committed to do anything about the current state of our economy and the situation of the many young people. You know, it is fraught with so much lies that I don't know why a vice president will want to descend that low. And let me tell you why I'm saying this. First of all, in February 2021, when the Minister Designates for Employment and Labour Relations appeared before the vetting committee of Parliament, he did mention that the government has created 3 million jobs. Then at a launch in Sunyani at the Ghana Job Fair, he also mentioned that the government has created 5.3 million jobs. Dr. Bawumia himself on 27th April 2023 said that they have created 2.2 million, in excess of 2.2 million jobs. And then yesterday he says that they've created 2.1 million jobs. The inconsistency tells you that government is just churning out data, because it's not possible that you would create this number of jobs and the rate of unemployment will increase from 8% to 13.9%, which is almost a 14%.
Right. So
most importantly, Nana, in the 2021 population census, the Ghana Statistical Service says that Ghanaians who were living without jobs, we had 1.9, a little over 1.9 million. So if you're a government that you've created 1.9 million, I mean 2.2 million jobs to a population that over 1.9 people of working age cannot find job, then we shouldn't have, in fact, we should even have people who are overemployed. So I think that for any politician, and no mean a politician, like the vice president and the flag bearer, to play with the lives and livelihoods of people by just churning out statistics. He never gave you the breakdown of these jobs. He just made a vague statement. We've created 2.2 million jobs. And that's very sad. And it tells you that in the coming years, or the months left for the NPP to exit power, they have no strategy to create more employment.
All right. So for want of time, we'll have to keep answers to some of these areas that we'll be tackling very short. Now, the vice president also spoke about abolishing some taxes that he believes are not relevant. Already, the former president has been speaking about VAT on electricity that the government is hoping to introduce. The emission tax, he also has some issues to say about some of the taxes. Already on the ground, there are some people who has asked him to do away with e-levy and also the betting tax. Now the flag bearer of the NPP is also saying that he will look at these taxes and, if possible, do away with all of them. What is the position of the team on this?
I think that we must begin to speak to the vice president to stop undermining our intelligence. I don't know, and genuinely devoid of partisanship, I think everything is not right with the NPP. I think that either they have so much money that they do not understand the reality. Because how is it that a vice president who says that as a chairman of the economic management team, he's proud of the quality of advice he's given to his government, and this advice includes the introduction of the e-levy, the emission tax, the VAT on electricity, come to say that all of a sudden I'm not part of the mess for some reasons? You know what, my boss is so useless, for want of a better expression. When you give me the opportunity, I would correct the mess of my boss, whom I advised and whom he took my advice. I mean, it's as if the NPP assumed that we don't think, we don't reason, let's just throw anything, let's have the debate. It doesn't matter the quality of the debate, let's just go on. I think that is a shame, and I think many Ghanaians should join us to call the vice president out. Because for a point, I thought, is the vice president hallucinating? Or some way, somehow, what is happening? You were part of the government. We never heard him speak about the e-levy until yesterday, because he wanted to be president. We never heard him talk about the VAT, the emission. And it is not only these three VATs. Under this government, I have tabulated more than 50 different taxes that this government has imposed. So why are you taking out 4? Especially when he came to power on the back of moving this economy from taxation to production. Today, you've imposed 50 taxes. You want to, take 4 out when you come to. It doesn't make sense.
So the flag bearer of the NDC has also been speaking about cutting government expenditure. Now, there's a proposal that the ministers will be limited to 50. I think this is laudable.
I think that, and this is where we have to salute President John Mahama. Listening to Dr. Bawumia's speech yesterday, you could see that the man wants to mimic President Mahama. He's following in the footsteps of President Mahama. And I think that we should be encouraging more of these debates. And I will personally encourage President Mahama to be bringing out these policies, because this is a person that was part of a government that appointed 120 ministers at a point. When did he all of a sudden realize that you could actually manage this country with 50 ministers? This is a government, this is a man that his father-in-law, the wise father, is an ambassador. He's practicing family and friends. His brother-in-law is a CEO or coordinator or whatever of NADMO. His own brother is a technical advisor to the Minister of Interior. Would these people be part of the 50 or what? I think that we have come a long way as a nation, where everybody should not give politicians a bad name, where we should not just say things because we want to be heard. I think our country is in a very sad state. We are in a situation where politicians cannot afford to do politics as usual. And I'll call on every Ghanaian to begin to hold leaders accountable. You cannot do one thing, and when you need more power, you come and say that everything I've done in the past is wrong, and so you vote for me, and I hope to correct the wrongs.
Thank you very much. So in the coming days, all journalists on the Building Ghana tour are expectant of the response that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will be getting from the flag bearer of the NDC, John Dramani Mahama. We will still be with the team and continue to bring updates to viewers on Joy News. From Kumasi for Joy News, my name is Nana Aljima.